Hello everybody, D-Man here, and this is Let's Play Rimworld, Season 1, Episode 0. This is going to be a small tutorial on just getting into this game. So what is this game? This game is Oregon Trail turned into 4-dimensional chess. Not 3-dimensional chess, 4-dimensional chess. In this game, as it says, it is a story generator where you play a colony or a tribe or basically anything you want with the mods on a planet where you must create your own settlements, colony, military, whatever you feel like. It's all the same really, just depends on how you're playing. And at this time you will be attacked by outside forces. Random events will happen throughout the world. You'll never play the same twice. This game is actually set up to where you will never have the same adventure twice, no matter what you do or how hard you try. This is not an easy game. This is very much a thinking game. You have to do a lot of management, and min-maxing is the best way to do it. So welcome to episode 0, setting up our new colony. Now this is going to be a genetic vault playthrough where we work with not only vanilla expanded genetics, but vanilla expanded ancients. Now, genetics allows you to mutate animals, and ancients allows you to create superheroes from what's inside the vaults. Knowing all this, I put it all together, and I've got a little story we're going to be playing through, and while it is, I'm going to show you the game, so little meta playing, little in this way, little in that way. We'll find out, we'll figure it out, and we're gonna have fun. So, let's get started. First thing you can see, we obviously have our menu. And just to show you a quick glimpse of the mods, these are the mods I'm going to be playing with. As you can see, there's a lot there. I'm not going to go through every one, but some of these allow me to just make the game easier to play. Like the allow tool, blueprints, it just makes it to where it just adds a button to where instead of having to click something to allow it, you can just drag and you can allow a whole lot of things at once, which we'll get into. Blueprints for, say I make a building and I want to make multiples of the same building. Allows me to just copy the blueprint of the building and just stamp it in somewhere else, and they'll make it just like it. Others are made for story emphasis, such as vanilla armor expanded, vanilla apparel expanded. They don't really change the game that much. Some do. Some are for better running. Some just make the game easier for me, but don't worry, I try not to make it too easy. I still like a challenge. So we're going to go into a new colony. And as you see, we have these options. We have Crash Landed. This is your, as it says, the classic Rimworld experience. You play 3 people who your whatever space creation you were flying through blew up, and you and your 3 people land here, and it's your job to command them to survive. You do not actually play a character in this game, and your pawns are independent. You can take somewhat direct control of them, but it doesn't always work out well. On their difficult setting, they have the Lost Tribe, where you can start as a tribe of people. You get 5 people instead of 8. Good thing to notice is you'll actually be lower in technology, and they call it a difficult scenario. I actually prefer the start to Crash Landed. Crash Landed, you start with industrial science, so you do have electricity right off the bat and a few other things, but with the Lost Tribe you get more people with more hands to work, and it really doesn't take that long, even with the setback of being tribal, to get electricity. Ridge Explorer is the second hardest, where you play as only 1 person. You can choose from 6. You do get gun turrets started out as a technology, so you can build those right off the bat for protection. But as it says, you're only one person, so if anything happens and you're downed in any way, it is game over pretty quick. And last, we have the most difficult, Naked Brutality, where you start off naked. You get nothing, you have one person, so that's pretty much good luck to you. Sealed Vault is from Vanilla Expanded Ancients, where you play as one of the Vault Dwellers and you can start off with superpowers, as is here. Since you start alone with random superpowers and weaknesses, this is a difficult scenario. The way Ancients works is every time you gain a superpower, you also gain a weakness. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and you really have to make decisions for the long term. And the Cargo Cult, part of Vanilla Expanded Ancients, is you find something called a slingshot. Now, a slingshot in the game allows you to put materials on it and it'll fling it to an unknown destination. And in return, it'll send back something of equal value. It's supposed to be, but to me it seems a bit overpowered, so if you want to have kind of a fun playthrough, or if you've ever been curious to play a tribe that discovered unknown technology, this would be a fun start for you. I may play this later. But right now, we're just going to go with Crash Landed. And of course, down here, as you can see, we can go open the Steam Workshop where we want it, and go find more scenarios as people have looked over. And we can also edit the scenario in any way we choose. This is already, there are two major changes I'm going to mention now. First off, in this game, it doesn't state in here, but if I go into the scenario editor, I go to load, edit mode, add part, and I go to, where is the events? Yeah, characters explode on death. You can have a lot of fun things happen. Planet weapon killer incoming sets a countdown, so you have so long to get off the planet before the planet explodes and you die. Start Neo, start with human legs. Start here. Thought there was a start event. Well, either way. There's an event that happens called Infestation, where if you mine too deep into a mountain, and enough time passes, you may get an infestation of giant insects. And the reason why I take it out is, number one, it's annoying. I like building mountain bases, and nothing's worse than when they pop up right in the bedroom. Secondly, due to the way they spawn in, since I plan on building a mountain base, if they spawn in over something expensive, it doesn't, well, anything they spawn in over automatically disappears. It's not deconstructed, it's not destroyed, it simply disappears. So, considering I'm running a lot of science, a big part of the inside of my base is going to be my laboratory, and having something deconstructed inside the laboratory, well, despawn, with no way of rebuilding it, is not an ideal situation, and I find that rather unfair. So, I take infestations off. Now, I do need insects for my playthrough, so they are still in the game. I will just have a more difficult time finding them, more than likely. But there is no need to worry about any of that. So we're going to start on Crash Landed. Now here's where we pick our storyteller. The way the game works is based on the overall wealth of your colony. That's your buildings, your items, and your people. Yes, even your people have value. That's what your threat level would be at. So the longer you can play with a very low, the less likely you are to get the events that cause your people to die. You'll get raided less because there's nothing there for you to raid. You also have smaller raiding parties. Cassandra does a good job of keeping in between the lines, going between good and bad. So she's always nice to deal with. We are going to go with Strive to Survive, the medium difficulty. Well, technically it's over 1. Peaceful, there are no, Players just want to build, players just want to relax. If I just wanted to go through it, every major threat will be, it won't occur. And I don't want that. So Strive to Survive still gives me a pretty good definition. And of course we're going to go to reload anytime, because if you play with a lot of mods, you never know when a glitch is going to happen that sets you back. So we're going to go with Cassandra Classic, just to start with. We can always change this at any time. Phoebe Chillax, she doesn't really do a lot to hurt your people until she does. She's one of those, like, she'll give you a back rub and then an elbow drop and then back to giving you a back rub. And Randy Random is all over the place. He'll give you 3 bad things in a row. He doesn't really go off of a time scale. One rule to keep in mind, though, that if he does kill a colonist, and for every colonist he kills, he will actually kind of retreat back and give you time to recover. So, as mean as he is, as he can be, he's a little forgiving. Now we're not going to use Alfred Ancient. He is from the Vanilla Expanded Ancients pack, which is a free mod, by the way. I didn't explain that properly yet. There's only 2 DLCs for this game, and that's Royalty and Ideology, and I'll explain those more when we come to them, but right now, we're not there yet. But as you can see, it creates every event on a steady curve with threat and reward, but forces you to stay at a low population, so you can only have so many people. He goes more off the people you have than he does off of your wealth. And Freya Pierce, I thought I must have accidentally added her. She will actually have no impact, but she is from the Vanilla Expanded Vikings, which, yes, I do plan on that. I do plan on using her soon. I might not go with her. I guess it depends on where I feel like I'm sitting with that. I may put her into a roulette. There's a mod I enjoy that changes storytellers every so often, so you never know who you're gonna get. But she forces your people to go on raids or adventures, and if they don't, they will become unhappy. But she also limits everything to pre-industrial era. So if you have electricity, she won't like that. But I do plan on, like I said, I do plan on using her in an upcoming season. Right now, we're going to stick with Cassandra Classic, and we're going to go to our seed. And we are going to create our own seed. Are you guys ready for this? This is going to be the embarrassing one for my first video on this. We are going to call this, if we can spell, Attempt 12. That's right. If you ever thought it was easy to just do a video for YouTube using your computer, calling a game, getting your sound system set up, get everything is done, if you think you can rush that process, you're talking to a guy who's been at it for well over a week and a half now. Now, granted, I do have a family and a full-time job and responsibilities, but still, it has been quite an adventure, but I'm very pleased that I've even gotten this far. So global coverage, 30%. This is how much the map is generated. Now you can do 100%. If you want to, it does give you a lot more options. It does make the world fuller, but it does, to me, it's just kind of unnecessary. You don't really need to. Like, maybe if I was doing a more nomadic playthrough, I might. There's reasons, but for this one, we're not going to worry about it. All of this we're going to keep normal. Just consider these 2 human population, or Earth normal. It's going to rain a normal amount. It's going to, temperature's going to stay within range. I think temperature overall, I think low actually goes to cold and high goes to hot. But yeah, we're just going to keep it normal. Population, this is how many of these factions, how many multiples, or how many settlements these guys have. We're just going to keep that normal, because that's fine. Now, the idea I have for this, doing a genetic ancients playthrough, is since it got me thinking of the old book, and there was a movie that went out with it called The Isle of Dr. Moreau. So we're going to have a planet of Dr. Moreau. Now, on the island of Dr. Moreau is about a genetic scientist who started mutating people. And that's what got our main character curious, because now he found a planet where a Dr. Moreau started mutating people and animals. And he wants to evolve the next genetically superior race. And he's going to conquer the galaxy with it because he's a mad scientist, and that's what he's planning on doing. So, I'm taking out, there are no human settlements here. We do have a pirate gang. They're mostly there because they wouldn't care what anybody said about living there. Wouldn't care if the planet's, off limits or not. And when they attack, we will actually get gear that is technologically advanced, whereas, of course, tribes would not use any modern day weaponry or anything like that. We are going to be a modern day group. We're crash landing here, but the tribes will not. Okay, we're the Shattered Empire. This is part of royalty. They will be on the planet because I do want to show off royalty, and it would make sense that it was actually the genetic monstrosities that forced a war between the Shattered Empire and the Ancients in the Vault. And one of their battles took place here, and now the Ancients are in slumber in their vaults while the Shattered Empire keeps watch, trying to make sense of Dr. Moreau's work. The Mechanoid Hive will be here. They don't technically have a base, neither does the Insect Gene Line, but they do have a faction that they will work out of. Now, what this does is when the difference between the Mechanoid Hive, that means they're going to have their own faction, but the ones that are already on the planet do not have a faction. So they will actually fight, the insects will actually fight each other as well if they're not part of the same faction. So we're going to generate our planet. Let's say here's another look at all the cool mods I put in. Oh, didn't even get through it all. One of the ones you might have seen there was Yayo's Combat. That is one I added for myself to make it more difficult because it forces the player to make ammunition, whereas in the vanilla world, you don't need that one. So let's take a look at our planet. Look over our biomes real quick. Go up to the very top. This is an ice sheet. The Gaga Reach must be where Lady Gaga fell, or we have her buried there, keeping her frozen for future generations to deal with. Just kidding. I don't mind her so much. I think she's a great performer. I just don't like her music that much. It's catchy, but that's about it to me. Yeah, we all have taste, right? Excuse me. I'll start now. We have to. So you can actually start in the ice sheet if you want to. The ice sheet, like, we'll go here. This looks like an interesting little area. You do get some mountains there, but there will be no trees and there's very few animals. So, naked brutality on the tundra, that can get you killed. Or on the ice sheet, that can get you killed very quickly. Like, your only hope is to find something to burn quickly. Or dig around a geyser. Build up around a heat geyser and use that as your home base until you can try to survive long enough for some food to show up. So next we have the frozen tundra. And as you can see, there's different land masses inside each one. This is a mod I have installed that allows me to preview the map, so I can choose this one for us. And as you can see, we have boreal forests up here, and we could go on the island, but in this game you can only travel over water if you have a ship or a drop pod in vanilla. I have a mod called SRTS that allows me to make shuttles so I can fly around because, well, you got to move around the map in this game, especially when you're playing this way, because the vaults are not going to be on your starting map. The laboratories will not be on your starting map. You have to go out into the world. Don't worry, I've made that difficult for myself as well. So, boreal forest, think of it as a lot of redwoods, pine trees, tundras like northern Canada or western Russia, Mongolia, or Mongolians. Here we have the desert. You see right here, we already have 30 to 60 days. Well, let's go over that real quick. So also, growing period, never. It's too cold to grow plants up here without a heat source. You'd have to bring your own artificial heat source or plant it out. There's also, I don't think there's any actual soil, but apparently they do have, but you do have rocks. So enjoy your ice and rocks, and it looks like this one's actually disconnected from the mainland. So starting there on this would probably be death. You can't move if things get bad. The tundra, we'll just go right there. As you can see, we only get 10 days growing period. You don't get a lot of wildlife up here. And see, stone types, limestone, and granite. We'll get to that when we need to get to that. And we'll go to this boreal forest since it's on the way. You see, we move a little bit more. Now we're at 20 days. Flat, slate, and limestone. And now we have forageable berries. I don't know if there's foraging up here. I did not. Yes, berries 50%. So not very often, but you do get wild berries here as a food source. Obviously, on the ice sheet, there's no berries. Desert. Okay, 20 out of 60 days here. We get agave fruit, 25%. There we get to a lower boreal forest, and now we're getting into warmer climates. Grow zones 30 out of 60 days. So for about half the year, you can register, or you can harvest crops. That's enough to get 2 corn. Corn takes 11.5 days, I believe, to grow. So you can do well, you can at least get 2 harvests of corn, which is pretty decent. That'll get you for not too rough of a start there. Still pretty difficult, but we're still moving south. And we're going to check out this. This is the temperate swamp. There's 3 types of swamps. There's the I believe there's a tropical swamp. This should be right here. Yep. There's the temperate swamp, and then there's a cold bog, but I don't see any cold bogs. Maybe there's one in the southern hemisphere. I just take a quick gander at. Nope, I'm not seeing one down here. There's not even a lower ice. Okay. Well, let me double check that. Yep. Okay. Not even lower ice. So we seem to be in a more northern-based region here. That's fine. So swamps have a much higher percent of disease. So you see frequency is 1.5 for this one, and if we go to, this would be the tropical swamp, and it's 1.5 here as well. So they carry a lot more sicknesses in swamps. It's a lot more fertile land to grow off of, but there's also a lot of marshy land you can't build off of. So there's a trade-off there. Swamps aren't bad, but that's not what we're looking for. Now you see this big green I've been avoiding on purpose. This is your temperate forest. We continue moving down. We'll go like here. Ooh, probably gonna choose. So that's a place I'd like to get to. That might be the winner right there. So I'm gonna make a mental note of this place. What is that? Marble, granite, and sandstone. It's looking better. 50 or 60 days. That's awesome. So if you notice right here, I'm just gonna point this out now. It says December. There are 60 days in a year. Each season is 15 days, and that's April, May. December. We'll go through them all. You'll get to know them all. There's September and it's March. No, it's not March, but so very nice temperate forest here. 50 to 60 days, which I like. On the thing, so we're probably going to choose that one. So I'm going to keep a mental note right here. It's in a bad area. It looks like we have a friendly tribe nearby. A couple friendly tribes nearby. They're hostile, but that's okay. I think they're hostile too. We'll find out. Anyway, so we got a couple friendly tribes, and we have some animal tribes left over from Dr. Moreau. Isn't that nice? So let's go down to here. And this is the rainforest. Rainforest, once again, 1.7. You have so you're going to get sick more often in the rainforest than you will in a swamp. But once again, good fertile land. Oh my god, that's another great area. I like those maps. So, as you can see, it's, growing year-round. That'd be nice to find. Maybe we can find one over here. Let's do this. Let's find specific land for. Where's the circ? Oh, can't find it now. Coast, Cove with an island crater. Isthmus, Lone Mountain. Got a mountain in the middle. All the way out there. Crater. Ooh. Okay, so coming to a map like this, you see these are caves, and caves hold spiders, or insects anyway. So if I wanted to hunt spiders later, I'd have to find a place with caves. And more than likely, when we get to that point, I'm gonna forget this place even exists. So put that out of your head. Let's find Lakewood Island. There's a small little place right there. Oh, right in the middle of the swamp. Yeah, we're not doing that. Oh yeah, that was right. Alright, an island? Let's just check that out. Oh, look at that. So the way islands work is, you see, they will attack from the shallow. This is shallow water and this is deep water. So they'll only be attacking me from the shallow water. And you can set up defenses along the outside, but as you can see, this is actually mostly sand. The darker area here would be grass, and then this is rock. So I think that's probably rich soil right there. I think that's just regular soil. I don't know, it might be rocky soil, but yeah, we're not going with that anyway. So we're gonna move back up here, and we're just gonna look around. Maybe we can find a nice cliff. Ooh, okay. Actually, we found our place. Slate, limestone, and granite. Okay, all of those are excellent. 50 to 60 days. Alright, still good with me. I'm fine with that. We can have 10 days of cold. We got berries to pick from. We are not too far from a road now. And we have a water source really close. That matters because we usually use wells, but we don't have a well. It's nice to have a water source nearby because I'm using another mod that makes my life more difficult called Tubbs Bad Hygiene, where usually your pawns will not have to worry about going to the bathroom or bathing or, getting a drink, but Tubbs Bad Hygiene does force that in there, so you have to make sure to take care of that or your pawns get upset. You don't have to take care of it, but they don't like soiling themselves very much. I don't imagine you would either. And they don't like being filthy. So yeah, just something to, there is one big bonus to that. If you get that far, like if you put up with all the BS for that long, oopsie, hit the wrong voodoo. Okay, we're gonna generate the world again. Hope it's the same world. I didn't even look. I didn't see if it made the seed. Okay, so this one looks a little, no, well, still Gaga Reach. Maybe this is the same one. Okay, yeah, it's the same. Looks the same to me. Let's see what's down here. Let's just look down here. We got this nice area down here. We got a lot of road. I like that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I like it except for all the caves. It's not a bad thing to be with all those insects, to have insects on your map. Actually, I'm liking this one, sandstone, slate, and marble. Not the best. Not the best by far. But you know what? We're going to take it. Okay, so this is going to be it. We're going to go here. Alright, so now we're going to get into ideology. So what does ideology do for you? Ideology allows your colony to be a little bit more specific to how you want to play. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's kind of like... well, let's just look right into it. You can pick one. If you don't want to make one, you can pick one. As you see, cannibals, they eat meat. But that's just an idea of what you can go. Classic, like, your place. But we are going to be an authoritarian. You don't even want to know how many times I've made this ideology. But it's gone through a few changes in gameplay on what works and what doesn't for what I need to get done. So we're going to start with this. Now the structure, I think it says mostly affects simple styles and description, has minimal effect on gameplay. So yeah, this just gives your ideology flavor. And since everybody's following the rule of the Mad Doctor main character that has yet to be shown, they are going to... we're an authoritarian. They're going to listen to him. Now, the other one I could have done is Cult of Personality, which makes him a God King, but I'd only do that if I was playing with tribals. Okay, so for this one, impact low. Now, so what the impact is this is how much impact is actually how much it affects gameplay. Now, these don't affect gameplay that much. Now, and you see that Careful Genetics and Mad Scientist, these were both put in there by genetics, but I don't like them. I don't like them because they both don't allow turrets. And I do a lot of work inside with my gameplay style, and turrets are kind of essential. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to try that. So, as you see, now I chose transhumanists. Now, transhumanists believe that, as I said, our main character is trying to advance mankind genetically to get to our next stage of evolution through science, not through the chaos of nature. That's his big idea that he came with. And you can, of course, click on things to change it. And stick with me as I go through this real quick for, as you saw, the 12th time. Over there. The only thing that ever really changes is the symbol. Actually, this one. Okay. Oop. So our color is purple. I don't know, Mad Scientist and purple go together. Yeah, I got a lightning storm going on outside. It's really distracting me. Okay, now. You guys hearing that thump? Okay. These symbols look familiar to anybody? Well, technically, I think all of these come from the same one. Alright, anyway. So, what symbol works for these guys? These, I'm going to go with that. That one works. Sure. Somehow I just think that fits. It's a uniform. It looks like things going out in all different directions. Yeah, it's going to work. Okay. This doesn't mean anything to me at all. My division taught me the history of technology from you with architect. This was not history. They even understand that too. Those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. Whatever projects that arrange yourself will be settled. Okay, well, that's great. Okay. Short, simple, and to the point. Okay, so precepts. These are the things that our colony is all about. So body modification, we are improved. So after a while, if they don't have any artificial parts, they're gonna get a little upset. I haven't gotten to that point yet, so we'll be all right with that one. It's just approved. I can't change anything about these. So these ones, they don't change. Execution, horrible offender sentence, that's fine. Alien slavery is abhorrent. Slavery is disapproved. Female clothing, no rules. And no rules. That's just organ harvesting is acceptable. We do believe that we when you start looking at your body as a machine, you kind of see the parts as interchangeable. Now, physical love, free and approved. I don't think the doctor cares if his people are getting down. Insect jelly, we are okay. We are neutral. That's fine. A nutrient paste. That's a nutrient paste is going to be what our colony is going to eat for the most part. It works like, imagine, I don't know, green flavorless oatmeal with gelatin. I guess would be nutrient paste. Toothpaste. I don't know. Whatever disgusting thing you want to kind of look at that as. But yeah, our transhumanists do not mind eating that, and that is such a big perk. So that'll help a lot. Because it doesn't use that much food, and vanilla, or without this, they'll get I think it's a -3 mood buff every time they eat it, because it's just nasty stuff. But, we're just eating fuel. We don't need it to taste good. Alright, so it is time. The Supreme D. That's right, folks. Hit the first deuce. I think they call that an Amber Heard. The Supreme D. So, man or female, doesn't matter. It's only going to be male. Remove. And he's going to wear a fedora. Now, doing this means that when our leader, the Supreme D, has wearing a fedora, he's going to get a mood boost. When he doesn't have it, he's going to be upset. But our moral guide, we're going to edit that. So a brimless hat and beads. You know what? That's fine with me. So Iron Technos, we're going to have the speaker of truth, all propaganda, because why not? And brimless hat and beads, he's going to look interesting. I like that. We'll go with that. And our researcher, I've tried to think of many. Mind user, I've tried to think of many, but the only thing I think is Dr. Mindbender. Cape, remove, and he's actually going to use a lab coat. Now, let's go into what these are. So our leader, our leader has the ability he can then give speeches, which will which can improve the mood or hurt the mood. Work drive, which will make people work faster. Combat command will give us benefits in combat. Trial, which I've never used, so I don't know. We might see what happens. We might have a trial on if we get a guy and defeat a guy in combat and he's just useless. Maybe we'll do a little science on it. So he has roles in the ritual leader speech and trial. Must be a citizen. He is required to have a fedora, and expectations are raised by 2 levels. So he helps out. When you have a leader, things are a good thing. Your moral guide, he can convert people, which if you have people who are not of your ideology, part of bringing them in, especially with when you bring them in, they have their own thoughts, and you want them to be with you. And if they don't, usually they're going to be mad about it, or you're going to be mad about it, or your people are going to be mad about it, or they're going to be mad about it. Nobody really likes when their leader is not part of their ideology. So, too many jokes there on the real world, but let's escape for a little while longer, shall we? Okay, so counsel that helps people with their mental breaks. Reassure. I'm not really that. I think that's after a funeral. Conversion ritual. You have the actual ritual through your ideology. Converting is one thing, but conversion ritual is a different one. You can take a big chunk, and at the same time, it has a negative effect on them if you just try to convert. The ritual, I think, does the same, but I'm not sure. And Preach Health is a small buff to healing. It's kind of like it helps them get over sicknesses quicker, but it is not a substitute for medicine. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. The research special. Also, go back over here. He has a world funeral, so that's a conversion ritual. He must be a citizen. We've already gone over the brimless hat and beads, and it makes people happier when we have one. Okay, the Mindbender. Now, I've never gotten to use this one yet. Wait, I take that back. I have, but I haven't. But his abilities are Research Command. So what Research Command does is when you put in a laboratory and you can have multiple people researching, using Research Command, they will all research faster. So, as you see, his research speed is up by 70%, his hacking speed is up by 70%. He's required to have a lab coat. One of the big things you look at is disabled work. Those are jobs he can't do after he becomes a researcher. So once he's researching, that's pretty much it. He can still fight, he can still talk to people, but he can't do anything else. And anytime you change your role, when somebody has this role, if they lose that role, they get a negative 15, I think, mood buff. And I'll go over all this. It's just important to know the numbers. A negative 15 mood buff for, I believe it's 7 days. So it's something to keep in mind. Alright, so our rituals. We're going to have the funeral, repressive funeral. That's fine. I'm not going to change anything about that. Okay, the Sky Lantern Festival. We are going to edit these. So, edit. We're going to set the date. And we're going to do the 15th of September. And why are you choosing the 15th of September? Well, if you can guess, then I'll let you know. Well, actually, hold on. If we're going to go that route, I'm going to do it the 7th of September. Okay. More accurately, the 10th. Okay, we'll do the 10th of September. And now we're going to get this is the Sky Lantern Festival, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to do random recruit. We're going to do done. Okay, yes. So, and this is going to be the path to dawn. Okay, so how does this ritual work? Well, leading up to the 10th of September, it's going to let me know that this is coming up. And when this hits, I have to go outside. Most rituals have their own specific sites where they need to go. This one has to be outside near a campfire. And when we go outside and we do this, if it's a good response, if everything goes well, then it gives a good mood buff to everybody who plays, and there's a 50% chance that somebody from another follower of the New Dawn will join us. Now, I don't know who could have followed the New Dawn, but okay, that reflection. Keep spinning a little bit in my chair, and there's a light behind me. It looks like somebody's moving behind me. It's like, oh god, what's going on? Nothing behind me but the back door. Hey, nobody better be there. I've got weapons. I don't know how to use them. I'll probably hurt myself. Please don't make me hurt myself. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, about hurting myself. Moving on. So that's done. And then we're going to have a dance party. And we are going to edit this, and we're going to call this the Celebration of Dawn. Celebrate good time, come on. And celebrate. Okay, so that's the 3rd of April, May. Okay, so that you usually land during April, May. April, May is your first month. And December is your last month. And we're gonna let's keep everything on the 10th. We'll say the 10th of April, May, we'll have the Celebration of Dawn. And if we do this, we say we can recharge Side Focus, which is good if we're going to be running a lot of royalty, but we're not going to be doing that. Nearby Faction Goodwill is good. Random Recruit's good, but we're going to, we'll go Nearby Faction. Why not? Now, as you remember, this is a flowing ideology, so what's happened is, when these rituals are complete properly, and when I do other actions, we will get ideology points. And once we get to 10, we can go back in here and we can add another meme, and that'll change all this, add things, take away things, so we'll go from there. So ritual seat's always a kneel pillow. Building industrial mark, I like that. We'll keep that, why not? Firm carving, we're just gonna edit this and call this a failure of nature, since it looks like just a normal dude. So this is a failure of nature. Our ideology, we see the basic human form as a complete failure. Now, relic, we're going to remove. Now remember, our guy came here because this was the planet of Dr. Moreau. And he was doing experiments. And this is where he believes this will happen. So what holy things would be better than edit? First we have experiment 001. And outer uranium. So the first one, we have the bone. This is all that's left of experiment 001, the first of Dr. Moreau's book of work. And we're going to go to edit. We have a book. Add a Tyrannosaurus leather. That works because there are dinosaurs moving around this planet. As I said, this was a genetic part. Now, I did take the genetic monstrosities out of the game because getting attacked by super creatures of mangled mutant remains, okay, they weren't that bad to deal with, but it just, to me, it didn't seem on course. I wanted it to be that there were no remnants of these original monstrosities left in the story I'm creating. So we have, whoop, I can't spell. Moreau's notes. Done. And then this relic, we're going to edit. We're going to make that one uranium too. And the only reason I'm making them uranium is because I don't really care. And this is, wait, why is it I can never spell? Moraeux. I know this. I've spelled it so many times. It was just, never happened to you? Alright, so this is Moreau himself. So we have Moreau's skull defined, we have his notes defined, and we have his relics. Now what this does is eventually we're going to get a quest, which is going to be an actual stream of quests to recover these. And to us, to the people who follow the New Dawn, these are holy relics. So they will come and worship at my place, which really doesn't do anything. We're gonna remove that. I have no clue what that is. Probably some kind of abomination, I'm sure. Weapons. We're not gonna do anything with weapons. You know, I originally thought that it'd be a good idea to make my people favor ultra tech weapons or space age weapons to Neolithic weapons, but at the same time, I think there has to be some veneration for the past. So we're not going to use any tattoos, hair and beard. We're going to use them all. We don't really care. And that is all. So what all this does is, oh, okay. So we do care about corpses. All right, that's fine. We do care about corpses. Genetic failures, they're accepted. You know, they're not disliked. They're accepted. Genetic failures are, well, we'll get it. And humanoid hybrids are also accepted because, you know, that's part of science is failing. So now we get to pick our 3 guys. Now, are we going to pick any of these people? No, we are not. So this is a mod I have. So let's get rid of Nathan. I'm not even going to look at these people. I don't want anything to do with them. Load, and there's our hero. The man of the hour, Dr. D. Bum bum bum. So, let's go over this. So, Demented. He is Dr. Demented, by the way. Obviously, he's a mad scientist. Dr. D. You see his colors are about the same. His favorite color is almost the same color as that, so that's good. He is 100% certain in his ideology. He was born in a wasteland wanderer. His family was killed in a villa. I didn't write all this. This is just part of the background. And your background gives your characters added skills. So if you use this and you try to edit, you cannot edit less than the pluses it gives you. So I couldn't take less than 3 shooting, 4 medical, or 4 crafting, 5 medical, and 3 social. And I can't do art, which is fine. I don't want to do art. And then when he grew up, he became a core researcher. Was a leading researcher for a massive space exploration corporation, which is where he found the work of Dr. Moreau. They can't cook. They got -2 cooking, +3 crafting, +6 medical, +3 social, +8 intellectual. So he is a doctor. He's a doctor researcher when he's not working, when he's not tying people back up or tending to people, tying people. That's what social is there for, tying people up. So basically, he can kind of shoot. It's not. I didn't give him high. I gave him passion for it because he is looking to conquer the universe with his next generation humanoids. He's a doctor, which will give him the medical thoughts in order to take care of it. That's actually a pretty high doctorate. He's a master doctor already. Social 6, not bad, capable amateur. He knows how to talk. That's important because he's also going to be my, since he's going to be the leader of the group, he's going to be in the royalty category. I'm going to make him a royal. He's going to get in good with the Shattered Empire. That's going to give him psychic powers. In order to use psychic powers, you need social. Intellectual 8, so that's part of there, and with the double passion. Now this is actually the only character I'm going to be doing this much work into when it comes to this playthrough. Biological age is 27, chronological age is 36, so he's been in a time count, so 27, he's a master doctor, and he's been in a sleeping cell, tube, cryogenic slumber for 9 years now. So he's he's also wearing a little bit of protection. That's the only protection he gets, is a vest. This is the lab coat, and this is his fedora, which makes him the boss. He's a psychopath, obviously. Now, psychopath is an interesting one to use. He doesn't really care what happens to other people. He doesn't care about bodies laying on the ground. He doesn't care. He also gains no social bonus from talking and social interactions. It means nothing to him. He does get a bonus for a deep talk, though, which I find interesting, but as it says, global certainty loss factor 50%. He can not care about people pretty quick the further he's away from them. Insatiable. No amount of loving. When he does have a partner, he's enjoying the loving. So this is something that may help with mood, but it can also go without if he stays single for a long time. So, but yeah, he also gets quite a bonus from getting loving. So it really helps his mood. Undergrounder, he doesn't like to go outside. He likes to stay inside. He likes to stay in his lab. He doesn't want to leave his lab. He likes his lab. But he'll never feel like he's been inside too long. Normal colonists, normal people without the undergrounder trait anyway, or that are tunnelers, which is a meme you might have seen. They don't mind. They don't like. He doesn't like going outside. He gets along with them. Now, as long as his mood's high enough, it's fine. It doesn't affect him unless it's really over a long period of time. Like, it starts out as a -3, which isn't that bad. But if he's like already in a bad state and I put him outside for too long, he will break and he'll just wander around or do whatever. Don't worry, you'll see plenty of breaks in this game. It's like it's worse than raids. The amount of breaking that happens. On one of my trials, one of the 12, it actually ended with all 3 of my people being broken and just wandering around during an attack. Like, it was so bad. I had to laugh though. Okay, so what about, you said you were starting with 3 people, right? Yep. So we're gonna click on this. So we have a jailbird. Cook, I don't need a cook. Miner, I need a miner. Intellectual, I don't need an intellectual. Beautiful, thick-skinned, and lush. Okay. Now, I don't want to start with anybody with any addictions. And he's already got a bad back, so you're too old, so we're going to respin you. Alright, now we have Nico. Artistic, medical, social. She plants 4. Okay. So what am I looking for? Okay, you're incapable of combat, so you're already out. I need people who are capable of combat. I need somebody with a good construction. And I can only have 2 people, so they have 2 of the following things that are at least decent. That's construction, mining, plants, and animals. Crafting, I can do. Artistic, I don't care about. Medical, social, and intellectual are covered. I need somebody who can actually make plants, and she's okay. She's got a 1 passion in it. Now, I didn't explain this, but if you have passion in something, you actually gain the work a lot, or you gain experience in it a lot quicker. You get more ticks. That's how it works up. It works on ticks. If you have a double passion for it, you get more ticks, but it also gives you a mood bonus to do it. Now mood bonus to medical. Medical doesn't last that long. Social doesn't usually last that long. So I think you get higher. You get a higher bonus for recreation, but it doesn't take very long. So they don't get to enjoy it for that long. So like with D's gonna have a ball. Just researching takes forever. So he's going to have a ball just sitting there in a room inside, just researching for hours on end. He'll be perfectly happy with that. He'd be happy with that. He did that the rest of his life. All right, but Apu, you're not going to make it. Sorry. Okay, we have a naked woman. Oh god, it's going to start doing this to me now. Oh, she can't fight, so I don't care. Okay, so he is capable of fighting. He's just terrible. Zero's barely heard of it. I think I've heard of people with guns. I think I've heard of people fighting with fists, but I've never experienced it. So he's got mining, he's got plants. Both are pretty low though. So I want somebody with higher plants than that. Mining doesn't matter. There's no real, well, I can't say it doesn't matter. The higher your points are in mining, the more yield you get out of resources and the faster you mine. Construction is the faster you build things, but it also increases the value and the quality of certain things. Like a wall doesn't have a quality, but a bed has a quality. So a normal bed will rest you up nicely, but an excellent bed or a masterwork bed, you won't need to sleep as long. You only need 7 hours to recover. So we'll get into all that. So even though you have some skills, you, sir, do not pay the bill. Sorry, Jude. Next. Let's see the next applicant. Okay, Layla, you are wearing a scarf. And that seems to be it. Anyway, okay, so we have a shooting, we have construction, we have mining. Now, I want construction 5 because construction 5 is where you can start building deadfall traps, and those are going to be important. I will explain why they're important, and those, I should say those are important because you need 5 to make a nutrient paste meals or nutrient paste dispenser as well. So we will not have a food supply right off the bat, but we will have food, so we will have time to work her up, especially with the double passion. Excuse me. And the other reason I'm keeping her is these double passions right here. Now she's anxious, which means, they won't attend social gatherings, so having her with us, she will not go to any rituals, probably, which is fine. Or parties, she won't attend parties, she won't go to rituals. Well, that's fine. Unless we force her to go. I think if we force her to go, she'll go. Nudist, she doesn't like wearing clothing, that's fine. You can wear your scarf. An ocean lover, well, we're not going to be near an ocean, so she's going to get a little upset about that, but you know what? You know what, though? I keep. Oh, she's only 16. Ooh. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I don't like having a new just 16-year-old girl running around, but whatever. Oh, never mind. She's gone. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. Okay, so cooking, crafting. Nope. Oh, God, she was naked too. Alright. Animals and crafting. Animals is good. That's a good one, but no. Oh, jeez. Come on, people. What's with all the nude people on these applications? I'm kind of sick of this. Too smart, menagerous. Oh, those are traits I need to also pay attention to those. To the traits. Okay. That's this one. Animals are integral to the way society and life functions. Okay, so he does get hired. You've got no animal, but it's animal skill, but you're useless to me. All right, dude, what is with these people? Okay, animals and plants. Okay, you're good. Are you? Holy crap, you got asthma. Holy asthma, Batman. Man, 2 negative traits too. Psychic sensitivity is not a good thing. It's actually feasible with if I was going to make him a scion, if I was going to give him psychic powers, but I'm not. But that high animal is really good because we'll need to tame animals to get across to get to places early on. Because there's only 3 modes of entertainment: you walk, you ride an animal, or you fly. And the vanilla, you only have 2 options, and that's walk or fly one way. So, okay, that's good, but we need somebody. Okay, plants 15. That's melee 4, 59. No. When you get old people, okay, underground or martial artists, I definitely like you. Plants, construction, mining, dude, you're in, brother. But Okay, so he's an undergrounder and a martial. Okay, so undergrounder, he's a what with D 49. I can live with that. Martial artist. Now this means when he's in combat, if he melee attacks people, he can disarm them. And this even works on mechanoids, which is great because mechanoids have the best weapons. Well, some of the best weapons. It's up for debate in certain circles. I think they're pretty good personally. They're pretty good, especially early on. So we're gonna keep that. But dude, I can't have this. So bottom layer clothes. You know what? For me to you. From me. Okay, so he was wearing jeans. Wasn't naked, but from me to you, here's a jumpsuit. It's I think I forgot to set that as our people's thing, but that's okay. We'll do it next time. Okay, so we have our first colonist. Say it. Everybody say hello to Melvin. Hello, Melvin. He looks like a bum. Now we have Mason the carpenter, crafting and medical. Oh, he's buff. He looks like he's from. I want to call him Jared from Letterkenny. No, never mind. His melee sucks. Oh, you would know him as Wayne. Oh, naked lady. Oh, naked lady. She's a miner. No construction though. Melvin's got the construction and the mining covered, so I need animals and probably plants again. She's got one in each. You know what? She's actually not too bad starting out. Very neurotic. So her global work speed, but she's a fighter. She'll break more often. She's fine. Dunce. Oh, Dunce is painful. Oh, she's gonna take all. You know, I can't take a Dunce. No, that won't work out. Sorry. The reason why I didn't take her was Dunce will. Oh, she's got high animals. She's got good Mako. Okay, maybe. Sickly though. Slow learner again. I need you to be able to train. So Dunce, anything that slows your learning factor, and you have somebody like having Melvin and Dr. D, they pretty much take care of a lot of this stuff. Like even D, even what he doesn't have passion in, like I could have been able to get his construction up to 6 pretty quickly. Mining, at least he's inside, so it's something I can have him do when he's not doing other things. Cooking, he knows enough not to give people food poisoning as long as the area's clean. Plants, he can plant pretty much everything. Basic level 5, 6, 7 is where you start getting caps. Like you need level 5, I think, in order to get berries. So he's right underneath that cap. He's never going to be an animal tamer, so I definitely need somebody taming. Crafting, he's a weak professional. He did enough to where he knows enough, and she's mute. Okay, well, yeah, no social. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, here we go. A naked guy again. Nope, no combat. Old person, sorry, can't do it. 46. Okay, you are nervous mountain lover. That's not bad. Capable of artistic shooting, cooking. Nope. Okay, we got a construction, miner, plants again. She's 19. She's an apocalypse survivor. World weary, which she's she's a little bit depressive. So being around her, people will be a little upset. Stoner, that is not good, but she is beautiful. And she's 19. And Dr. D, I think, is 27. I still don't have anybody with animals. Well, now you guys know why I decided this was episode 0. Alright, well, nope. Naked old man. Kato. Cooking, crafting. I wouldn't mind crafting animals. Crafting, artistic, shooting skill, coward, and kind. Cody. Oh man, I almost had to take you because your name's Cody. Yeah. Okay, military, synthread, plants 5, shooting 4, neat, night owl, vengeful. Okay, no vengeful people. Vengeful, if they have a rival and their rival is alive, it hurts them. It hurts their mood worse than if their spouse died. And it's constant until that person dies. Like in one playthrough I had where they decided their rival was somebody else in the colony. so I couldn't do anything. Double passion animal 1. And she's old. Nope. No artistic, no social, no chemical. Neat chemical fascination, creepy breathing. Ugh. He's got the animal 7. He can fight. He's got construction. Eh. 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 Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh no. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Damn it. Yeah. Alright, maybe vengeful is the one. Okay, yeah, maybe it was vengeful. Either way. Yeah, that was it. Vengeful. Maybe it was. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, come on. Come on, baby. 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 You know, I'm not against this. Except for the fact she's mute. Seriously? No, I can't do that. I need a hunter. Okay, we're gonna look for shooting at animals. Shooting an animal. Okay, here we go. 41. Oscar McCoy. Staggeringly ugly. Oh, God. And a snob. Oh, he's gonna get so many fights. Alright, we'll be back. No. Animals shooting. Okay, you know what? We're going with her. No. Okay, we're gonna take out the bad back. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make her 27. I'm gonna change her hair color and I'm gonna put her in some damn clothes. Oh, I'm sorry. She's wearing shorts apparently. Get in the jumpsuit. No, white hair, Jazzy, the assembler. Alright, so she's good crafting, good and she's got shooting. So, okay, there we go. Coma child and an assembler. Mighty must do social +4. So she's actually gonna probably be my my speaker tree. Yep. Kleptomaniac. Dog person. You know what? This is my game. I'm gonna make her beautiful. She's no longer kleptomaniac, she's beautiful. Confirm. I don't care what you people think. My story, I'm doing it my way. I went through that much pain, the game can pay me back a little bit. Alright. And we've landed. Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Episode 0. That was the entire setup to play this game, and now you see where we're sitting. Obviously, not much is going on here right now, as we are going to take a quick break. When you come back, we're going to go ahead and get started on episode 1. I'm going to show you around, show you what's going on, and maybe, just maybe, since the game hurt me so much trying to get even this far, we'll be able to come back and maybe, just maybe, it'll let Dr. D enjoy a little romance so his life won't go to crap for the 13th time straight. Okay, it wasn't always just my gameplay. I've had to work on the audio, I've had to set this all up. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. But until the next time, love each other, respect each other, and as always, live your best life.